Muh Service providing you the weather at 4:08 PM. But first, the news, the Trainsim News Show.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 36th episode of the Trainsim News Show. Hope you enjoyed your New Year's, and if you could be bothered to stay up for New Year's Eve. I'm not sure if I did because I'm recording this in advance. But let's talk about some actual news. Yeah. Well, actually, before we start, I want to apologise for the previous episode before the Q&A. I forgot to mention, obviously, that Master Key Simulations, aka Geordie, was behind the modelling of the BR407. But I also forgot to mention that the person behind the sounds was a man called Make Gloss. And I'm sorry if I've butchered your pronunciation. Again, just tell me if I have. Okay, sure, at the moment Mr. Mike is going through some, 1v1 me on CP Snowplow with virtual railroads. They really are getting along, at least from what I've heard. But I found out just before the new year that he's working on a brand new train. Is it the BR1440? Nah, it's something a bit more original. The BR425. Why are you making a BR425? Of all the trains you could possibly make that haven't been made in Trainsim, you've picked one that has been made in Trainsim and has been desperately attempted to be improved by the community with varying results. Basically saying, oh, your hard work, I appreciate it, but get good, get my version. Fantastic. Oh well, what else is new? Curious to see what it looks like, but I'm not overly excited. Let's move on. Okay, January. What has January offered us? Well, how about some news from our #1 fan of the Trainsim News Show, Danny Leach. He made a Facebook post not too long ago. Let's just take a quick read of what it says here. Honest question, should I just give up on my route building and let far better people do routes instead of me? My work isn't that great compared to most other people in my opinion. So my honest question is, should I just give up? Oh, sorry, I dozed off reading it. Look, I've seen it before, Mr. Danny. Really, I have. It's almost like becoming a running gag. In the YouTube Coop community, Stuart K. Riley had this sort of, well, basically he would quit and then come back, then quit and then come back, and then quit and then come back, etc. And so on and so on and so forth, to the point where nobody would believe the most recent time where he said, oh no, I'm really quitting it now. Being honest myself, that's what I'm starting to see here as well. Part of me thinks that he's got some sort of, anxiety, question mark? I don't think anxiety is the right words. Self-doubt, that's what I'm looking for. He's got a lot of self-doubt about himself, especially if you look up on his website. He made a 455 reskin pack, and then Mr. Chris Horsfield made a update to it. After which, Danny labelled his version as the I can't remember. I'll put the picture up on screen here, but you can clearly tell he's not very happy with the situation. So what have I got to say about this then? Well, Danny, looking at the pictures of your route and the videos you've made showcasing it, I can definitely put my hand on my heart and say that this is not the worst piece of content I've ever seen in Trainsim. I mean, if you want bad stuff, just look at that workshop showcase. There's some pretty miserable bits of landfill provided in there. However, if the votes weren't clear enough, I'm gonna say it again. People like your stuff. Does everyone like your stuff? No, but the same thing applies with me as well, and pretty much any person who makes anything to showcase public. It's nothing special having people saying, I don't like your stuff, or anything else for that matter. As one of the comments posted on your poll stated, you really need to take this up on board and just, understand that, how many times can I repeat this? People like your stuff. They don't want you to leave. Okay, sure, the poll was as much of a loaded question as it could be, but people like your work. You need to embrace your fans and respect the fact that you can always use this time to improve your talents in route building. I mean, do you remember back in the day, I used to look at this and nod to myself, that's really good. But, if you want to talk, Danny, my comment section's just as open as it always will be. Well, more open than the United Kingdom's going to be in a couple months' time. Okay, political jokes aside, let's move on to the biggest bit of news. Trainsim Designs is dead. No, not that. Look, I mean, on Boxing Day, they closed their website down, and they said it was because of financial issues. Which is odd, considering all their content was free. I mean, maybe they just couldn't afford to host a website, and have not heard of something called Google Sites, Weebly, WordPress. I don't know, different amounts of research, I guess. Well, the financial reason is what I first thought. Fortunately, someone actually made a comment which explained a bit more of the ambiguity behind the situation. In this comment here, one of their fans offers to, to help out the website financially, which I think was nice. It goes to show that you have some fans that look out for you. But no, because the head guy, Mr. Ash Clark, says, oh no, cost isn't the issue, it's actually a cover-up for what really happened, and he doesn't even know what the hell? Okay, but they at least provided their stuff in a media file link, which I'll link in the description since it is publicly available. But yeah, what kind of Cuban Missile Crisis crap must be going on that requires a cover-up reason? Well, the answer to that question will be revealed in 10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1. Oh no. Let me just start off by saying this. If this new website here was nothing more than just a brand new hub where you could just download reskins, maybe some forums here and there, an alternative to Facebook essentially, because not everybody likes Facebook. Some people think it's a waste of time. I realistically agree with them in some aspects. But yeah, if that was the case here, then I would have no qualms whatsoever. But no, we can't have nice things now, can we? That's a bit too much to ask. Here's the scoop. You can still access all of Trainsim Design's current stuff, as well as content made by Chris Horsfield, but now you have to go through this brand new website, operated by Mr. Alan of Thompson. Did Trainsim Designs inform their current fans that they're moving to a new site? Nah, why would you bother with something like that? There was only one clue realistically given, and that was through Chris Horsfield on his now archived Facebook group, and I'm annoyed I didn't catch it the first time. And I don't know why they're acting like this. I like their stuff, both Chris Horsfield's and Trainsim Design stuff. No, really, I do. But as a comparable example, if I was switching to a brand new YouTube channel, for whatever reason, I'd still tell you guys what the YouTube channel is. Unless I wanted to get rid of my fans, I wouldn't just sit there and act like, oh, you're supposed to find out, or they're supposed to know. Duh. Anyway, this new website, what makes it different compared to, I don't know, the likes of DPS or the guy I featured last time, Mr. Wager Wales Design? Well, it's got a very crap layout, let's be honest. I understand that it's under construction, and that's putting it lightly, but try and find the download library. Go on. Don't know where it is? That's fine. You're supposed to hit enter, go to the second to last page, and then find download library. Oh, duh. Of course you're supposed to search it like that. But no, the site doesn't just offer downloads. Oh, no, of course that's not. It offers a very unique premium membership, which I've managed to procure 2 screen captures of it before it was taken down. Again, most likely due to the fact that the site is under construction. But let's just take a quick read of what this membership offers. We offer 2 types of membership on Alan Thompson Sim. Premium membership. This membership will give you full access to the site, including unlimited downloads from the full catalogue, as opposed to the half catalogue. A range of early access downloads allowing you to preview products before they are made public. Oh, you mean beta testing? Well, alright, fair enough. Surely it would be easier to get people to beta test something for free. That means more people will be inclined to participate because I don't have to pay money for something that is by definition unfinished. Access to a range of how-to and demo articles. Okay, have you heard of something called YouTube? Just saying, because YouTube has a fair amount of tutorials, even for Trainsim. Free entry into weekly, monthly, and yearly prize draws. A free product giveaway. How old do you think I am? Oh, you might as well go to full 9 miles. Loot boxes, skill Skillshare, Squarespace, GoDaddy, Blue Apron, go on. Roll up, everyone. Sorry. Exclusive discounts from other payware creators, which is about as vague as you can get, and knowing that some of the membership fees are being directly returned to the developers of content to support them. Premium membership costs us $29.99 a year, less than £2.50 a week. Wow! You know how much UK Trainsim premium membership costs? £2.50 a month. And they also offer monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months, or yearly installments, instead of this one option of £30 a year. Oh dear. What a mess. I've just had a bit of a rethought about this. This premium membership does not feel like any sort of membership scheme. If anything, it feels like I'm reading off a Patreon page, or any other crowdfunding-like systems. No, seriously, think about this. On an online shop, or on the high street, you exchange money for goods and services. On Patreon, you exchange money for the hope, and the belief, and the faith that there'll be goods and services provided. And it's basically the same thing here. It's essentially, I'm drawing a picture of the Mona Lisa, and if you were to give me money, I'll be able to finish it. No, seriously, I will. I'll swear on me nan's life, man. They've tried to defend this with another post saying that it's essentially some sort of developer payback subscription scheme, and by saying stuff like, the subscription scheme is designed to invest in the future of the simulator, knowing that you're helping out those who create content. Look, if you're relying on these minute payments to support your house, here's my recommendation, and I'm not even joking, work at Tesco, because that's minimum wage. There you go, enough said. And I absolutely love how it says here that freeware is great, but sadly not everything in life is free. Which is partly true, but this is freeware content. We don't owe you a living. If you decide to make freeware content, and then all of a sudden say, no, we want to make it payware, without upping the quality in any way, shape or form, well, what do you want me to say? Do you want just to clap and say, alright, sure, I'll give in? No, that's not how it works. Again, we don't owe you your living in the same way I don't owe Albie's living. Or, I can't think of anyone else. Albie's the only one on my mind, sorry. But you get what I'm saying, don't you? Oh, I almost forgot the bigger reason. Let's say you do want to support some of these people who may eventually make payware routes, reskins, or scenarios to be sold through this site. And you think that this subscription scheme is a great idea to support them. Because as it says in that page there, they will receive X amount of the payment of the £30 that you spent every 4 weeks. Why don't you just directly donate to them via PayPal? Using what is essentially a middleman to rely on community donations and, well, quote-unquote support. Well, it's like saying, I want to support KLM, so I'm gonna go down to my travel agent in Southall, then buy a ticket from there to, London Victoria, then I'm gonna get a Eurolines coach down to France, and then a Thalys from France to Schiphol, and then finally get a KLM plane, and then finally book a KLM flight from Schiphol to Heathrow Airport, and then nod to myself and say, yeah, I've supported KLM. Well, I mean, I guess you have, but there's a few middlemen you definitely could have cut along the way, let's be honest. To add, it's even implying that people are going to sign up for the scheme to be in receiving of the payments. So whilst I can't stop you from paying into the scheme, I can at least explain the reasonings of why I think it's a bit silly. On the bright side, 2 free giveaways with all annual subscription! Again, I'm 5, so yes, please. I'll ignore the fact that it's reliant on luck, but you know, there's a sucker born every minute. Actually, you know what, let's try and be a bit fair on these guys. Maybe Mr. Allen Sim has a few things that are worth to download. You know, ignoring the Trainsim design and Chris Horsfield stuff, let's take a quick look through, just whilst I'm here now. Let's see, we have some Mark 1 barrier vehicles, alright, the drivable DBSO patch, okay. There's a Class 37 scenario, which I've sworn I've seen on UK Trainsim before, but alright, fair enough. There's this Northern Class 158 revised Perkin. Oh wait, I just remembered all of the things I just mentioned are already available from sscenarios.weebly.com and are able to be downloaded directly from there, rendering the ones from Alan Thompson's sim redundant. LOL. And yes, that page will be linked in the description for you. There's this Class 325 reskin, which I've sworn I've seen before. Yeah, it's made by Ace's Trains. Let's go and double check on his webs. Oh wait, he took that down. Convenient! Alright, mind you, it wasn't compatible with the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack, so, no loss. No, sorry, I wouldn't be that harsh. It's just that the default sounds were basically, yeah. And, oh, look at this! It's a VTech and LNER HST reskin pack. It's basically done to the same level as that IC225 pack. That was on Trainsim Designs a while ago.
Great, let's go download it so I can make a scenario from Newcastle to York.
Oh no!
Cause that stupid Tesco online basket crap system! Actually, I'm gonna stick with RB's reskin. I didn't need the LNER livery. One last thing. No, seriously, you'll like this one. Trust me. Mr. Allen, I have my wallet here. Can't see it, we can hear it rustling it near the microphone. And I am now taking out £30 and I will pay into the scheme under one very simple condition. I expect daily content. And by daily content, I will clarify. Basically, routes or reskins or modifications, not scenarios because those are a bit too easy, released without a gap period longer than 24 hours. Now, you're going to look at me, and many of my other people here are also going to look at me and say, Daniel, that's a really big ask. And you know what? On normal circumstances, yes, I think that's way too much to ask from anybody, no matter how much of a fast worker you are. Daily content, yeah, that's way too much. However, the mentality that I have here is, if you're going to charge more than a UKTS membership, I think it's only fair if you give more than a UKTS membership. Eh? So what do you say, Mr. Allen? Is that a deal? Now I can finally move on. Let's try and... I'm going to end this episode off with two good things. How about that? Well, this one's good depending on how high/low your standards are, but Dovetail are finally extending the North Wales coastal to go all the way to Holyhead via Bangor and Conwy PG. Yeah, like I'm pronouncing the whole name. Good luck. In case you forgot, the original route ran from Crewe and terminated at Conwy. Yes, Conwy. Possibly the stupidest place to end the line at all. Okay, you get London though, as well as London Junction. But why bother adding Conwy? Barely any trains stop there, and no trains can terminate there, at least from what I know. I mean, if they can terminate there, I'm more than open to see any proof. But yeah, get to go to Holyhead with a crap Class 221. Mind you, in my opinion, the idling sounds provided by the Dovetail Voyager, well, Super Voyager in this case, are actually better than the Armstrong Powerhouse sound pack ones. They're closer to what the real thing sounds like. Mind you, there's also that Conwy Valley Line extension if you want to try and make more out of that very linear route. It's not a payware one, it's done by Backdated Trainsim. It's the line that goes from London Junction to... I ain't pronouncing that, no way. You know what I'm talking about though. It's available, I've used it before, it's nice enough. Though the line has a top speed of a wheelie bin, so don't expect to be going fast. I've linked that down in the description. It's good enough, so I won't moan about it. Also, Railworks Austria are making a brand new train, the BR412, also known as the Ice 4. They're also having 3D Zug, a system to make it as well. Or maybe I've got that the wrong way round, I don't know. In fairness, the Ice 4 has already existed in Train Simulator before. That was by a developer called Global Bridge Entertainment, or GBE, it's one of the two, I can't remember. However, the German community, as well as pretty much everyone else, ignored it. It was really bad in terms of quality. So GBE, after hearing this news, have basically given in and said, screw it, we're releasing it for free. I kind of find it really funny. You can now get it for free unless they've changed their minds after I've finished recording this. You do have to sign up for an account in order to get it, but it's still mildly humorous. Again, linked in the description pretty much. Oh, and Class 68 enhancement pack confirmed like anyone else knew that wasn't gonna happen. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Sorry, what do you mean this week's? This isn't a weekly show, it's pretty much whenever I make it. Maybe I should reconsider Mr. Allen's interview option where he wanted to talk to me live on Twitch. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great 2019, a great weekend, or whenever else you're watching this, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Goodbye. Ooh, Talis reskin. Neat. Oh no!